Oh, gotta get back to the game. Okay. Yo, what is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless wonder, the man Lincoln Clay, coming back at you with a live stream of Assetto Corsa Competizione. Let's see here. Oh, I know what I needed to take a look at. Not stats. Rating. Here we go. Which I've never seen this in VR, which is a little bit crazy. So you have a total rating. I have a total score of 6344. Was broken down in several categories. Track competence. And you have to reach a certain score in one category to unlock the next. And it looks to me like, based on my numbers, my best category is in car control. Although these numbers don't look so good. So when you look at these meters, the green is good, the red is bad. So now, as far as the safety rating goes, you have to reach a certain number in order to race online. You have to reach a certain safety rating number. Quick join candidates, total servers. I cannot get enough of the Acura and SX, although I should give the Porsche a try. Let's do the Porsche, the 2000 Porsche. Let's give that a try. See if we can jump into a quick race. Here, I'm gonna adjust this real quick. Get rid of that. That's a little too high, because now my head's in the ceiling. I think that's perfect. So let's go ahead and drive. Slide this table up a little bit. I have no idea what track we're on.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out.
Well, I might have to go with this car from now on. This picks up a little bit faster than the Acura. This is a flat track with a lot of so I'm kind of relying on the map to show me where I gotta go. And it's a track I'm not that familiar with. All right. Yeah, there's 7 more minutes of qualifying left. Let's just do a single race against AI opponents against a track on a track that I'm familiar with. Not only that, I went into my settings. Let me check the chat real quick. Give me a second, because unfortunately, the way this game is set up through OBS, I won't be able to pop out a chat. I'll have to do it the old way, like I was doing, and just occasionally come back and check. Cyber Dragon, what's up? Appreciate it. Should have had a good stream. Thank you. Okay, so let's I went into my settings, and it turned out that I had the opponent aggressiveness and the opponent's skill set at 90%. So I turned it right there. So I turned it down to 80%, where it would be a challenge, but hopefully they're beatable. The number of opponents I had 16 opponents in there. I took it down to 11. The race length was 25 minutes. I took it down to 10 minutes. And that's like, and then I've got all these other windows open, OBS, YouTube, trying to do a stream, and it crashed my computer. So I had to turn some of this stuff down in order to maintain this stream. I also had to turn the canvas resolution up to 1080 in order to fit the entire screen inside the game. There it is. That beautiful, beautiful Acura in front of me, or Honda as they call it on this game.
Stay in double file.
I noticed this car don't have the camera in it the way the Acura does. Oh, but the Acura, come to think of it, when I look at the Acura didn't have a back window. It's got louvers on it. So that explains why there was a camera in the inside the Acura. So I think what I'll do is I'll run a race with this Porsche and then come back and use the Acura again, because I just can't get enough of that car. I love it too much. But I got both an Acura and a Lexus in real life, but when it comes to racing, I want to use the Acura for whatever reason.
Green light. Go, go, go.
And you got to drive clean, because your safety rating is affected. All those ratings that I showed everybody, it's affected in this stuff.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
because your safety rating, your trust rating, all that stuff comes into play for how for what you're going to be matched up against in multiplayer. So if you drive like trash and your ratings is all screwed up, they're going to match you up with a bunch of trash racers. But if you get good safety ratings and track competence, car control, all that stuff, then they'll match you up with better competition. And in this single file line right here, you're gonna have to be patient. Can't try to win the race and
car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That was too easy. At 80%, that was too easy. I'm about to turn it up. The ratings you get, they monitor your ability so much to the point where if you even make the tires slide, that's gonna give or make, take points away from you.
Halfway through, not over yet.
So I think after this race, I'm going to go back and turn the opponent and the skill level back up to like 85. because this wasn't a challenge at all. Back end slid a little bit. Plus, in these racing games, you drive different, whether you're in the lead or whether you're chasing. Like if you're somewhere like in 8th place and you desperately trying to win the race, you start doing stupid shit. You know, you start taking too many chances. You start doing dumb shit. You start dive bombing. When you got a comfortable lead, maybe you drive too safe.
Fastest lap of the race, man. Good job.
This car seems to be superior over that Honda in every way. That's being a little too aggressive on that one. I've actually heard some people complain about the Porsche. Why? All right, we got a minute and a half before this race is over. So basically one more lap. This was the track. This was the track that my boy J-Dub challenged me on. We were playing Gran Turismo Sport together, and we were playing flat screen. And I can't remember what the time was I turned in on GT Sport on this track, but he said, "I know you can do better." You know, so I'm challenging you. And he was like, if you can beat such and such a time, I'll send you a racing wheel. So I was busting my ass to try to beat that time, and I didn't beat it. But I was still obsessed with trying to beat that time. So even though the challenge was over and I didn't get the wheel, I kept coming back to this track. And then, oh my God. So then I tried it in VR on a hot lap, and I shattered that time. In my opinion, anybody who's a racing purist, I think there's only two ways to play the game. Either in VR or the triple screen, the triple monitors. I think that's the only way to play it. Because it's the only way you'll be able to race and see everything. Because when you're racing on regular flat screen, everything's tunnel vision. You only see what's directly ahead. In the case of VR or a triple monitor, you can look around and see a corner before you get there, so you already know how you're going to approach it. The race is over, so as soon as I cross the finish line, I win. And I gotta finish this race, because when I went back and looked at my stats, I've never won a race. Any race that I could have won, I never finished it. So just so I can get this win under my belt, I gotta finish this race.
Excellent job, man. What a race. P1. Bring it back home safely.
Does this game make me do a cooldown lap? So I think I'm going to do this cooldown lap. Oh, I know what the max time is. They're waiting for other cars to come through. So I'm just putting around. Press pause. Oh my God. Or press escape key to end session. All right, that'll do it. Hey, look at that. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah. This is the replay. When you watch a replay of one of these races as the cars go by, the sound effects are amazing. So I'll watch them go through a couple of more times. So there I am right there in that gold and black Porsche. So, all right, so let's come back so I can come back to the comments and get ready to start another race. I'm going to go to a different track. I'm going to turn the settings up a little bit, and I'm going to go back to using the Acura. All right, you still with me, Cyber Dragon? Hold on, I gotta readjust the screen here. Okay. Now I gotta adjust this headset again. Get the cord behind me. Find the controller. Oh God. All right, so let's come back to the game. All right, we're going to try a different track. We'll go with Monza. We are going to go back to the Acura. And let's see here, custom. We're going to turn the opponent skill back. We're going to turn it up to 85 and turn the opponent aggressiveness back up to 85 because if I turn it back up to 90, I pretty much got no chance to win this race. Oh shoot, let me adjust this real quick. That's a little too close. We'll go forward just a little bit. Yeah, I like that. We'll go with that.
Go in double file.
See, as you can see inside this car, it's got a camera rather than a rear view mirror. I should have changed my setup too.
Green light, give it all you can. Car on the left, clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh my God!
Left. 3 wide. All clear. Clear on the left.
Oh, I'm gonna get a penalty for that. And in this game, when you drive really hard over those really steep rumble strips, it affects the steering and it'll damage the car after a while too. If you notice that I keep looking up, it's because I'm trying to look at the map so I can know what corner's coming up before I get there.
Well done, mate. The fastest step so far.
I also got to look at the distance markers too. slowly getting away. Trying to brake at the last second.
Well done, mate. Personal best. We are at the halfway mark, still a long way to go. Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
Oh! Trying to brake at the last second. I'm trying my hardest to catch him. But I'm hitting the brakes at the last second. See, 150 is the sweet spot on the distance marker. At least when you're carrying a lot of speed. Right there. Three, two. I missed my mark. I hit the brakes too soon on that one. So on the 15th, the GT4 pack comes out.
Just started the final lap of the race as leader.
And I was talking to J Dub. You know, we were talking about what car we want to use. And I told him I wanted to use the car that had the best brakes, because that's where a lot of passing takes place, on the braking and not on the acceleration or top speed like people would have you believe. Other cars that don't have that good of brakes, when they start braking, if your brakes is better than theirs, you can slip underneath them. And that's why looking at those braking markers is so, you know, those distance markers are so important. I mean, now that I caught up past that other car and got that monkey off my back, I can drive.
Excellent job in P1. What a race. Well done. Well managed. Bring it back home.
Look at that, the victory smoke. Two, 150. So what I see from the distance markers is when you're carrying a lot of speed into a corner, when you get to about 200 feet or meters, that's when you want to take your foot off the gas. When you get to 150, that's when you want to start braking. I mean, I think that's a good reference point. And from there, 3, 2, 150. And from there, you'll see, you know, whether you need to put on the brakes more or let off of them a little bit. But I think 200 and 150 is a good reference point. Let's go in the pits. All right, let's go ahead and end this. Got me in the grass. All right, we won it with the Acura. All right. I'll watch a couple of corners on the replay. The Ligue Anglais. Here we go. Let me stand up for this. That way we can see the cars without that grid in the way. There I go right there in second place. I think right here I was trying so hard to catch that Benz that I dive bombed right there. That's a dive bomb right there. That's when you're coming in too hot and you overshoot the corner. I got away with murder there. If that would have been Project Cars, they would have hit me with a penalty. All right. I think I did another dive bomb right here. A shot right through there and hit one of the barriers. Oh, no. I got through there clean. Right there, shot off, went into the sand. All right, I think I'll go ahead and back that up. Okay, let me come back to the chat and get ready to boogie on out of here. Thomas Hand, what's good? The green smoke. What's your thoughts on Assetto Corsa compared to GT Sport, Lincoln VR wise? Well, the big thing about it is, as far as clarity goes, both of them are about the same, to tell you the truth. You know, both of them have somewhat of a blurry, the distance is somewhat blurry on them. Project Cars 2, as far as VR goes, to me, looks the best in VR. Handling, I think Assetto Corsa Competizione is is a little more unforgiving. It's easier to make mistakes in Assetto Corsa versus GT Sport. I mean, like in GT Sport, I've come into some corners so hot, super aggressive, you know, but the cars had super brakes and I was able to recover from some of the mistakes I made. Whereas this game here, the biggest reason why I was able to recover from some of the mistakes I made today in that past race was because I played the game enough. And I'm getting better at trying to use the distance markers. To me, the distance markers is everything, because if you know your car, you can judge your braking distance. And to me, braking has become probably the most important aspect of racing to me, because if you got good braking distance and you know how to hit the brakes good, not only will it put you in a position to slip underneath the car before you go into the corner, you can go into the corner pretty good, get off of the brakes, get on the gas, and get out of the corner pretty good. All that, in my opinion, starts with the braking. Anybody can come in, anybody can put their foot to the floor and go top speed. But to me, braking is key, because if you put on the brakes too soon, then cars are going to get underneath you. If you put on the brakes too late, you're going to dive bomb and shoot right off the track. So your braking has to be, A1. Thomas, I was wondering about the detail. Thought it looked pretty similar. Track detail, yeah. I mean, a lot of these tracks look the same on just about all games, and it really doesn't matter. Some of the differences are really, really small. Like competition, like Assetto Corsa Competizione, the PC version versus the PS4 version. Some of the rumble strips on the PC version is a little more steep. So the PC version is a little more unforgiving when you make mistakes. If you come into a corner and you cut too far inside and you hit the rumble strips, it'll make your car go airborne. If you got the damage turned on, it'll tear up the bottom of your car. Are you buying the new HD camera for PS5? Improvement in tracking, apparently? Of course, because you're going to need it for the VR aspect of it. So, rumor has it that pre-orders are supposed to go live on Monday. That Sony was supposed to announce an exact date, price, pre-orders going live. If all that is the case, I plan on ordering 2, maybe 3 PS5s. Excuse me. And and I'm going to sell 1 or 2 of them on eBay, because I really don't want to come out of pocket for a PS5. I'll flip the other 2 and let that pay for the PS5. But I'll pay for the HD camera as well as the 3D audio headphones. I'll pay for those out of my own pocket. But in my opinion, we're probably looking at $500 for the disc version of the PS5. I'm probably going to get the digital version, which I'm hoping is going to be $400 or less. My guess is we're looking at $60 to $100 for the camera. And my guess is we might be looking at $200 for the 3D audio headphones. Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely waiting for the pre-orders. But yes, I will definitely. I'm planning on having a PS5 day one. Now, the thing that's really sketchy that we don't have the information on is the GT situation. There are some rumors going around that if the game like GT7 might be a launch game with PS5. If that is, that's gorgeous. That's absolutely wonderful. But there was also other rumors going around that if GT7, if that's not a launch game with the PS5, that they would do an update to GT Sport and give full VR support for GT Sport. So either way, that's a win-win. Either way that they choose to do it towards the digital, think disc or finish. See, in my case, it's kind of a product of the environment, because like 90% of the games, well, I don't know if I want, I'd say about 90% of the games on VR are digital. There's not many physical releases on VR releases. There's not many physical discs for it. So as much as I hate to admit it, digital would probably be the best way to go. The only thing I would really be losing out on going with by not going with the physical disc, the physical console, is if I buy a game and I don't like it, I can get rid of it through GameStop or eBay or Craigslist or whatever. And I probably wouldn't have the ability. I wouldn't have the ability to watch movies in 3D because people don't know it. But the PS4 and the PS4 Pro, as well as the PS3, they're all 3D players. So when you put on the VR headset and you throw in a 3D movie, you see the movie in 3D as if you're watching it on an 80-foot movie screen, just like you would be at the movies. So oh shoot. There we go. Well, with that being said, my eyes are starting to get a little bit hazy. I got rid of my final many years ago and always regretted it. I don't think I'll ever feel the same way about disc. Yeah. Yeah, that vinyl would have been worth some money, definitely. So I'm going to go ahead and hang it up. Grab some breakfast here, and go tie up some loose ends before going to pick up my son. I was thinking about doing what I was going to call the GT Sport farewell tour, where I just simply get back to playing GT Sport in VR, even though it's just time trials and hot laps and one-on-one versus the computer. So I want to kind of get back to doing that, so I can get the juices flowing and get ready for GT7. With that being said, Thomas Hand, I definitely appreciate you being here. Whoever happens to catch this on the replay, I appreciate you watching that as well. I'm going to boogie on out of here. Hopefully, I'll be back with another stream later on today. With that being said, on behalf of King T'Challa, Wakanda forever, deuces.